I know that I've heard before, I'm not sure if this is true, that some people tie kids masturbating to the potential to have run into sexual abuse somewhere. Like maybe there is a reason to worry when they do it so young. And so I guess that's why I was wondering about that. So is there actually a tie
Yeah.
to, yeah, is there actually a tie to sexual abuse, or is it just
Yeah,
a
no, there
thing that
really
happens?
isn't a tie to sexual abuse. In other words, like, oh my goodness, where did this child learn how to do that? Or why is that child acting out? If again, if this language of it's acting out or they're sexualized or things of that nature. The red flags more for kids is when they're maybe acting in sexual ways that you wouldn't expect them to know about quite yet. So maybe like they're mimicking adult like behavior, or when, um, yeah, like maybe things that you would see more in pornographic images. And so the spectrum is wide too, right, for kids, because these days it's not that hard to imagine a kid even like eavesdropping on a parent who's watching pornography. The parent doesn't even know the kid's watching it, right, or seeing it. And now the kid has some things that they're maybe going to act out or think about. But usually the red flags around abuse have to do with inappropriate behavior between a child and other children, so lack of boundaries there, and also things that you wouldn't expect a child necessarily to quite know about yet, like mimicking a blowjob or, and again, not that that's for sure that they've been abused, but it's a red flag. Like we'd want to be a little bit more careful about some of the things. But quite frankly, if we were worried about sexual abuse with everybody that masturbated, we'd be worried about everybody. And the other problem is that the numbers of people who've had some type of childhood sexual, either assault or unwanted type of experience is so high in of itself that it's hard not to correlate things, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, well, if all cats are black, all black cats like cat food. I mean, you know, at what point those two things are both so common that it's hard to know how to even correlate them.
Hmm.
But any time, of course, that a parent is concerned about the potential for sexual abuse, there are obviously trained professionals and child psychologists and who are trained in play therapy, asking certain questions, even art therapy, that you can kind of start seeing, is there a theme here that has to do more with something that's happened to this kiddo just versus just natural curiosity and natural exploration that most of us experience.
Hmm. That's true. Thank you.
Yeah.